Taurus, welcome to the channel, Taurus. We're going to be taking a look to see what messages want to come through from your higher self. And based off whatever situation comes out in today's reading, it either may or may not resonate with you. But if this one doesn't resonate with you, be sure to check out the other higher self messages that come out. So let's jump right into it, shall we? What messages does your higher self have for you, Taurus? All right, so there's a situation where other people are perceiving you, someone else. This could be a group of people or one particular person. They're perceiving you to be like you only care about money, you're only focused on yourself, you don't want to work with other people, and they feel like they're clocking your T, they got you figured out. Whatever facade you were portraying, it's not working on them anymore. Whatever illusion you were giving them to believe, it's not working on them anymore. And they have determined that you are actually the energy vampire that only wants money, only for the self-interest of you. You're not as divine as you claim yourself to be. You're not as like charitable, giving, loving as you portray yourself to be. That's just a facade that you wear. That's just some type of aloof magic that you put on or something like that. And this may be coming from a direct person. It's like you and someone else are just alike. Okay, there's just energy where it's like you're just like that person. That person is just like you. All you care about is trying to raise in status so you can attract a high value person. For those of y'all where you've ever heard someone tell you that, or for others of you, you're just trying to set yourself apart from everybody else. And so you're trying to make yourself appear to be better than other people, but you're really just doing it for the money. You're really just doing it for the clout. You're really just doing it for the fame or some shit like that, okay? Now, if this is an ex-lover that you used to know, used to date, or people you used to be around, you used to date, people you used to love. This is coming from people that you used to love, you used to respect. At some point, you and these people were like on the same page. You get what I'm saying? Y'all were from the same neighborhood, from the same area. And so like with the sun here, like you really mean what you say this time. Like you're not kidding. If you made a commitment that you're not taking any more risk. You're not going towards any situations that's going to slow you down. You mean it. And that's not changing. It doesn't matter who comes through and tells you that it's moralistically correct to do anything in any direction. Okay. So if that resonates with you and you feel as if you've already been in trouble and you've already, gone back to situations or found yourself in the same type of situations that you once were in before, you feel like this is a test and you feel like you're meant to pass it and you want to pass it, then clarity is going to come for you in this reading, okay? Because I feel like you're done letting situations stop your progress. Okay. Clarity from your higher self. What messages do you have for Taurus placements? So we got attachments in reverse. Okay. And also like this is definitely, no matter what channel you see this on, this is strictly TT calling content. Okay. Make sure I state that. Shit, I'm about to put a watermark on this shit. All right. Huh. Yeah, I know I'm gonna have to sit with it for a second to really get the gist of the message. Okay. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical realm. Okay. So we got attachment in reverse. We have rest and rejuvenation in reverse. And then we have Archangel Chamuel, which is the third chakra, which is your willpower. Very interesting. So what I can see here is your higher self is confirming that you were guided to sever relationships that we know were fake, to sever relationships that were no good for you, that were toxic. You were guided. Okay, so confirmations if you know that you were guided to walk away from situations, person, place, or things that did not serve your highest and greatest good. Okay. Even though you have walked away from situations, there is some type of unfinished business that is coming through for you. With rest, it's like Spirit is saying that was one part of the journey. Your higher self is saying that was one part of the journey. The other part of the journey, it was also to heal. So walking away is one thing, but there's a layer of healing that has to also occur in order for you to be willing to complete this phase on your journey or this aspect on your journey. So let's pull some journey cards. Let's see, shall we? Clarify attachment. So the connection that you were with in the past, you weren't able to receive messages from your higher self because it didn't allow you to really be who you were. So let's say it's a family relationship. Those relationships didn't allow you to be who you really are in broad daylight. So you had to wear a mask, put on a persona, and that made it hard for you to know what's meant for you and what's not meant for you because you weren't being yourself yet. So you had to create space and distance in order for you to be who you are more frequently and receive the right messages that's meant for you and not the right messages that in your facade, in the version of yourself that you used to be. Okay, because they're pretty much saying the version of yourself that you used to be was to fit a narrative, to fit a mold. Like you were consumed by being something else for somebody or something like that. Clarify rest and rejuvenation in reverse. Look at that. Didn't I say we were doing higher self messages? Spirit just wants you to know, like, your higher self needed to spend quality time with you to give you clarity on your journey, why you're here, so you can remember who you are. Like, you can't make this shit up, okay? TT is calling you right now. Your higher self is calling you. You being released from the jobs, the relationships, the people, places, and things that you had to show up for, that you had to maintain for, gave you so much time to sit still, right? and see, look within, things that you weren't able to do prior to now. So that is a benefit. It has been a benefit to you. Clarify your willpower, your third chakra. We have release. Interesting. Gratitude. Oh, so the part of healing that's unable to commence is the part where you get the clarity and the insight of why you had to go through something, and then you take what you've learned from going within about the situations and life experiences. Your higher self gives you the answers that you've been seeking. You take that information and then you let go of whatever happened to you. So this is about you being willing. You're the only person that can let go of whatever happened to you. But until you are able to alchemize whatever happened to you, you won't be willing to try again. You won't be willing to do something again. Okay? You have to find a space to be grateful for whatever came with that phase of your life that was so painful. Whatever was so painful, you have to say, okay, now I'm ready to turn my lemons into lemonade. I'm actually grateful for whatever happened. I see an abundance now. I understand what it was meant. Not necessarily to teach you, because I don't feel like it was a punishment. I just feel as if, so you know how in the Matrix, right? When Trinity was made aware of who she was, right? Neo created that link, okay, that missing link to bring it into awareness, right? I don't remember a part in the movie where she spent a lot of time dwelling over the fact that she was given such a shitty story to experience, like a shitty sentence, They had her working in a mechanic shop. They had her raising kids. They had her with a horrible husband. And so she had a narrative that was kind of like fucked up. And Neo's was fucked up in his own way. But in so many ways, one of the things that, the moment that Neo became aware of who he was, he stopped dwelling on the fact that he was having insomnia, couldn't sleep, and was, contemplating life or death every single day. Same thing goes for Trinity. The moment they became aware, they were willing to release whatever storyline or narrative they were experiencing and bring into fruition and be who they are. So it's saying on your journey, the healing part doesn't complete until you've released not just what no longer serves you, but what you were meant to get from it. What did you gain from it? I'm hearing, what did you gain from it, beloved? What do you feel? Because if you're holding on to something that was done to you to keep you from going back to something that hurt you, then you haven't healed from it. You understand? But if you're at peace with what has happened in the past, and it doesn't leave you scarred, then it's ready to be healed. And now you're willing to really release it. And so it's saying that with release in reverse, you aren't ready to release, you aren't willing to release a person, place, or thing. Now, if you know that this isn't you, then you may be this may not be the message for you. So we have nourishment. This was everything that why you had to walk away was for self-growth, self-focus, and soul finding. A way for you to nourish yourself. Put the oxygen mask on yourself for a little while. We have emotional storm in reverse. And so in that space, you were able to experience peace, unaffected and undisturbed by anyone else's feelings and anyone else's emotions. And so it quickly over time became your isolation became your remedy to the discomfort of what relationships and interaction with other people often is, right? And so anytime you interact with other people, even if they're new people, you quickly release them all over again because they disrupt your relationship that you have with your higher self, your isolation that you have with your higher self. And because you don't want to be affected by anyone else, making you have to repeat the process of detachment, you stay away. You steer clear out the way. But it's almost stunting your growth as well. And this is why no new soulmate or connection is able to come in. This is why there's non-committal energy. We have peace here. Being single is more peaceful. We're not here to tell anyone that they should want a relationship more than just this or that, but what they are saying is this isn't a purpose that was given to you by your higher self. If you gave yourself this type of resonance or confirmation, like, okay, my higher self has confirmed for me that my purpose is to be single for the rest of my life and to never be committed, and I'm just here to, be of service to the world. Your higher self is saying that's not what I told you. But if it makes you feel better, cool. If that brings you peace, great. When you cross over and you return back to the spiritual realm, your whole life review will happen, and you'll get to see exactly what you get the confirmation more directly than it coming through like a channel through this way. And then you'll be able to see, what exactly on your journey, why you came here, what you wanted to release. What you came to make peace with, incarnating here on earth. Especially if you had relationships, if you incarnated let's say in the beginning, when you first fell in love, you wanted to be with someone, but they were attached to someone else and they didn't know how to let that person go. And no matter how much you tried to show them that you were the better option, that they didn't choose you. What you don't know is in a past life, this also happened with that soulmate. And so just like in that past life, in this life, your soul yearned for them as well. And so when you came across their soul and the pattern repeated itself, the pain drove you to be hyper independent, where you focus so much on yourself so you wouldn't have to get hurt. You wouldn't have to go through the emotional turbulence of what it feels like to lose someone or have to let go of someone. And so you keep everything in balance by remaining friends or focusing solely on money. And you're okay with that. A part of your soul's evolution, your higher self, rest and rejuvenation in reverse. Like saying before you pass away, before you cross over into the spiritual realm, you wanted to come back and release that past life pain and also forgive the person in this life, whether they remember you or not, whether they knew that y'all were past life soulmates or not. Your soul said it still wanted to come and release that. Forgive that person for not marrying you. Forgive that person for not choosing you, and for you to accept that you and this person wouldn't be together. It's about accepting, being willing to accept that you and this person wouldn't be together. Same thing goes for the dynamic where, let's say you love somebody and they leave you after you guys been together for so long, and they're saying that y'all are not supposed to be together, but you're not getting those signs and messages. You don't want to see those signs and messages. Even though you found healthier options outside of this person, you still desire them. It's because you share a past life tie with that person. And no matter how much your higher self wants to tell you that you deserve better than their emotional turmoil that you go through with this person, your soul wants to accept that, but you won't allow your soul to accept that's a failure that you may have to accept and let someone go. You don't want to accept that failure. Same thing goes for those of you that are on the flip end. Maybe you reluctantly let go of an unhealthy relationship that was toxic to you, so you could focus on yourself, find your soul's purpose. And so you may feel as a victim. You may feel as if someone don't want to let you go. And that may be very well true. Your higher self is saying find peace with your soul wants to find peace with knowing that someone else is struggling with knowing that y'all will not be together, but that it doesn't trigger you to want to go back. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't trigger you to want to make that person feel better at a detriment to yourself, at a sacrifice to yourself, while at the same time being willing to release them. So release what they've done to you, the infidelity, the broken promises, the failed marriage, and leaving space for someone else. So it's a lot. So I see you put a lot of work in on yourself. You've done a lot of healing work. You aren't ready to be vulnerable with someone. And you will be triggered, someone else will be triggered, and there will be a series of events that plays out. And it's like each and every single dynamic that I just described are all fighting for something, standing their ground on something. I mean what I say what I mean, for something. And everyone is trying to walk on eggshells. Three different dynamics are all perceiving their paths and their choices in specific ways. Their karmic relationships, their karmic experiences, trying to understand how they missed the signs, how they didn't know, how they knew and avoided the signs, how they let something happen. Vulnerability, rejection, emotionally detaching. Yeah, this is the part that you don't like. It's when you feel rejected. All of y'all don't like it. Every version that I just described, all of y'all don't like it, just in different ways. One person doesn't like it because they go through dark night of the soul all over again, it feels like. The other person doesn't like it because they're not sure of themselves anymore. The other person doesn't like it because they hyper attuned to preventing everything and afraid of being emotional, so they run away. And so there's so many different dynamics, but y'all are all doing the same thing, responding to unwanted experiences in the same way. And then struggling with letting go. And it repeats itself. Struggling with letting go of what happened, or letting go of someone not making the right decision, and finding solace in we're just not meant to be. We're just not compatible, and then it repeats itself. So maybe y'all are karmically tied from a past life, and some of y'all wake up and realize that you're on the karmic wheel. But this feels like something that you can't, like I could tell it to you and you still, and tomorrow you will forget. It's that type of energy, which makes it feel like as long as this cycle repeats itself, it's like doomed. Every relationship is doomed to fail. Unless the resentment is released, the journey is not complete. For however long it takes, it's fixed. It's a fixed energy. Yeah, the high priestess, your higher self, is saying, look what it's doing. You know, it's like saying 2 + 2. Look what it's doing. Look at the drama that's repeating. This is about maturing, having emotional intelligence, using your intelligence to be able to approach situations from a mature standpoint. 7 of Cups. So that the options can open up to you. It's like until you release something, the options can't open up to you. The infinite options can't open up to you. Because you're still going to continue choosing the same cups because you don't remember that you've chose these cups before. And so it's familiar. It feels like Your higher self is watching a simulation of you guys performing the same choices, but thinking that you're doing things differently, but you don't remember that you've done this before, or you've done this already, like this. Interesting observation. Let's get your closing messages. I told you the healing is not complete. Because anytime Taurus, that you have to release something and it's not done because you wanted to release it, you don't feel happy about the choice that you had to do. And this is why it's so important that if you detach or you leave, that you do it not because somebody coerced you to do it, or someone guilt you to do it, or someone shamed you to do it, or you just afraid of not doing it. You have to do it because you wanted to do it. Otherwise, you get caught up in this loop of not really being healed from it, but wanting to be rid of it. Intuition, heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. So it's like, listen to your heart. Dun, dun, dun. What is your heart telling you? We need to see what your heart is telling you. Your higher self is saying, we need you to listen to your heart. See what it's trying to tell you, so you can navigate through the trickery instead of running. You want to run. The first thing you want to do is run. But instead of running, we want to help you navigate through the trickery, landslide. Is someone lying to you? Yes. Is someone deceiving you? Yes. But who? Are you asking the right questions? Do you need a personal reading? Are you actually giving it? Are you able to decipher between the who's who? Because I feel like there's more than one. More than one past life connection. And I feel like you want to escape and just say, just release them all. But that's not how it works, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords. I feel like, oh, Malanta. The Six of Cups. Chariot. It's like you're being turned around in a circle, in a circle, in a circle. And then you have to pin the tail on the donkey. And you have to pick the right person. But it's like both of them are saying, it's like, who's the real person and who's the fake person? You get what I'm saying? How do you know who's the real person and who's the fake person? Because I feel like someone's inability to heal from something is making you feel like you can't heal from something, or you're worried about something. You're feeling the energy of someone else that spies into your life or that keeps up with your life. Who is this person? Who is this person? There's someone that has not healed, and they're not over you guys not being able to have forever together. And they have been meddling in your love life. This is wild. This person may have mastered in the arts on purpose. How you'll know who this person is, they never married. They never married. And they've been literally, if you think the person that did horrible things to you is bad, the person that's been wishing horrible things happen to you because you guys never settled down, or you never chose them, has been playing even dirtier work in your life. Mm-hmm. There's like two significant people have been misusing, staying up all night, thinking about you, manifesting you, hoping that your relationships fall apart. They're scorned over you, Taurus. Hoping that you fail. And so it's like the water around any relationship you ever have has been tumbling down from some non-committal person. They're non-committal because they wanted you first, and they didn't get to have you first. And so every time your heart sees a window of opportunity to reconcile with the past, you have somebody that is like a third party disgruntled person, and they hate on your relationship, and so y'all never are able to heal past certain things because y'all are so busy fighting off outside energies. Both of y'all on both of y'all ends have outside energies that work super hard, and y'all being able to not to trust anyone, for y'all being hurt, not trusting your intuition with someone. And then you guys, it's like eating you up from the inside out, having you destroy your homes from the inside out. And if it's coming from, I'm telling you, and it feels like it followed you both into other lifetimes. Because I don't know, this card here, it's like, I don't care if they're young, they act old, you know? Like scorn energy from past lives. Nobody wants to see us together, but it don't matter, no. Because I got you. I'm telling you, there's some type of energy here with these magicians in reverse. Telling you. There's multiple people. Who are these magicians in reverse? Who are these magicians in reverse? One for each of you. Y'all have something. Y'all have like energies working against y'all. One for you, one for your person. Who you got one person that don't. It's like these got to be scorn lovers for, so they ain't never heal. They stay up all night. They could have stuff watching you on replay, old pictures. One person has vowed to never look your way for as long as they live, but they look you up and they look for you. They may never tell you this. One person has vowed that you will spend the rest of your life wishing that they chose you or you chose them, and they'll never choose you. They'll never be with you. The other person wished that every person you ever get with never takes you serious, and that they only see you as a good time and nothing more, because they felt like you only treated them like a good time. These are scorn people. Okay? Manifesting against you. Clarify the Hierophant. Yeah. And they'll never admit it, and they'll never take action. And they are all working to destroy your family, your stability, your relationships. cursing y'all. Y'all have to be prayed up, Lord. And that y'all will cheat on each other, lie to each other, do all these different things. And they'll be sitting around mountain waiting for y'all to walk past so they could be like, pay attention to people that reach out to you out of nowhere. From the, like, they've just been missing forever, and all of a sudden they reaching out to you. I don't care if you met them and you were legit. These are the energies that have from the moment you didn't choose them, from the moment you didn't want to be with them, they have been trying to convince you to, like, leave someone, don't deal with someone, spying on your life. And I feel like it's coming from both ends. You may have dealt with a situation where not only were you dealing with this, but you was trying to tell somebody else about this with their exes, and they were trying to tell you the same thing about your exes, and it's the same shit. And you may feel like it's somebody doing something to you, but really it's all your attachments that you let go, but you ain't really let go of. I don't know. But you got scorned people. Six of Pentacles. Scorn. Y'all both got scorned people that are praying on your downfall. I pray y'all this, I pray y'all that. They be doing the worst. The worst. And they all feel like you the one that got away. The irony. You may put these women and men on a pedestal. Okay? But they wishing nothing but the worst on you. But really, what they don't understand is they just set themselves up with not one but 10 consecutive life sentences for fucking with somebody like you, for meddling in your life, and you still gonna come out victorious. So it's like, was it worth it? Now you finna put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Finna miss me with this Elliot shit. Okay, I love you, Taurus. I do, but I'm out of here. Bye.